All right, guys, what's going on? How's everyone doing? If you missed my first live stream a few hours ago, this is my second live stream. Welcome. A lot's happened since 6 a.m., about 5.5 hours ago. I've been hard at work for you guys. I put together and uploaded my Stats Don't Lie video for the fight tomorrow night, world title fight at minimum weight. I gave you my breakdown, analysis, and prediction. So that got uploaded about 2 hours ago. Let me bring it up real quick for you guys. I'll play this for you. World minimum weight title tomorrow night in the Philippines. I feel this prop of the week is good money, 287 for Jerusalem to win by stoppage. Look, his opponent, no shade to Kuse, his nickname is One Way for a reason. He's a young southpaw front foot pressure style. How he gets his victories, he drowns his lesser experienced opponents. In Jerusalem, you have a world champion at 31 years old. He is in his prime. He is a slick, classy, orthodox fighter, always looking to get his opponents to bite on his feints for him to set up his backhand. I'm taking Jerusalem by stoppage here. It's my prop of the week. Yeah, so this link is up on, this is on the channel. Go check it out. If you want to see my reasons. If you want to see the reasons for, watch the videos to get the reasoning, just so you know I'm not just picking things out of thin air. I think the longer you guys are on the channel, you understand that that's not how I operate. We'll look at the odds. I'm only going to stay on as long as you guys tap in. It is 11:36. I have a client here at my house in about 90 minutes. So we'll see how long this goes. Let's look at these odds. We'll do sports bet first, and then we'll do Bet365. I told you guys I haven't been betting. I haven't been using this app because of the draw. The draw destroys our tickets, and we know what's happened in boxing the last 6 months. Knock on wood, though, the last, we'll say 3 weeks, there haven't been any draws. So I don't want to jinx anybody, but we'll have a look at that. What's up, Mike Ross? I'll get to Lipnitz and Beer Slanov in a second. Right now I'm going to look at odds for Jerusalem and Kuse. Okay, here we go. So on the money line, and this is another one of these fights, guys, where the money line, I put this on my long parlay, just 6 legs, just for the boys, for this card, the Philippine card, and then the Canadian card, 6 legs pays 1-1, so plus 210. My prop of the week, if you caught this when I started, is actually Jerusalem by stoppage. And the odds here are actually way better. That's crazy. Jerusalem by stoppage on Bet365 is only 287. We get him here at 315. So it's not, it's about 50 cents more. It's because Bet365 doesn't take into consideration the draw. Because the draw forces the bettor to do 3-way betting and the draw ruins your bet. That's why we get a little bit saucier odds. Look, they call Siakola Kuse, his nickname is One Way for a reason. You're not going to find too much tape on him. I did the best I could. I watched a lot. I watched about an hour of his training. I watched about 10 rounds of his some of his fights. And southpaw, 22 years old, South African fighter. This is by far his biggest step up. He doesn't have a perfect record. He has a few losses, never been stopped. He has a draw on his record. They call him One Way for a reason. He's all pressure, all gas, no breaks, southpaw. This style for me is tailor-made for Jerusalem to get the stoppage. Jerusalem is a world champion. We know that he had those 2 fights with Shigoka. The first fight ended in a split decision, and then the second fight ended in a wider points decision. And I always reference that because if you watch the 2 Shigoka fights, you got to see some adjustments that Jerusalem made on his end, winning a wider points decision. He fought Oscar Cayazzo the only time he got stopped. That fight was close. If you look at the scorecards, I'll bring them up. He got stopped in the seventh because he didn't come out for the seventh round, but the scoring, I mean, he was in that fight. Melvin Jerusalem is legit. He's a fun, orthodox fighter, classy. He's skilled. He has a lot of feints. He has good feet. He uses the ring. I like his backhand. I could see him walking, or I could see Kuse walking onto his straight right, and I could see Jerusalem stopping him late. That's the prop bet I really like. I'm just pulling up the scorecards when Kayatso stopped him. Yeah, look at the scorecards. I mean, he was in this fight, and we know how big of a dog Oscar Kayatso is. You know what I'm saying? This dude is an undisputed champion, and he was only down by a point, and then didn't come out for the seventh. But Melvin Jerusalem's legit, man. I got a lot of time for him. He's a fun fighter to watch. His tape is good. He's one of these guys, has never had an easy fight. Never, he's had to travel country to country to get big fights. And he is where he is. I think this is one of these, I don't want to call a showcase fight, but you know what? I'll call it a showcase fight. This is on the 50th anniversary of the Thriller Manila. This is a Manny Pacquiao Promotions card, MP Promotions. Muhammad Ali's grandson, Nico Ali Walsh, is on this card. Marlon Topiles is on this card. All in all, Jerusalem is headlining. I think this matchup is made for Melvin Jerusalem, El Gringo, to look good. So that's what I'm leaning on. Sergey Lipnitz versus Birslanov. We'll pull up the odds. I mean, he's getting up there, isn't he? He's getting up there. A bit of long in the tooth. He's a big underdog here. What is he, 6-1? 5-1, almost 6-1. I mean, anyone playing him here, he really hasn't. I mean, what's the last big fight he was in? Losing to Jaron Ennis 5 years ago. Let's check it out real quick. I have Birslanov on the money line. A guy who's skilled as him, he's always going to be in the fight. 18-4, 13 knockouts. Let's see what he's been up to. He's 36 already. Time flies, man. I remember when he was in his mid-20s. So he's 36. He loses to Adam Azim back in February. Beat Rob Davies, lost to Ali, Michelle Rivera. Yeah, since that Ennis fight, he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 2-2. 2-2-1 over his last 5. He beat Omar Figueroa. He beat your boy Omar Figueroa. I don't know. Do you guys see it? This guy's pretty legit, man. Birslanov is 19 wins, 16 knockouts, dude. This dude's legit. Makhachev, Russia, number 7 in the world, 130. People don't really talk about this guy. Let's look at those rankings let's look at those world rankings at 40. Guys, he's right there. When you look at the top guys in the world at 140, you got Teo. This is BoxRec algorithm, guys. Teo, Matias, Richardson, Hitchens, Adam Azim, Dalton Smith, Barbosa, and Birslanov. He's right there. Birslanov, he should handle him. And then, Birslanov's, ranked above Puello and GAR. And Puello and GAR, GAR is a champion. Puello just lost to Matias. Lindolfo Delgado, Tito Mercado, Germano Torres. Look at the names behind him. Birslanov is legit. I think this is going to be, I don't want to call it easy money, but I definitely don't have Sergey Lipnitz on my upset alert. Do you guys? How tough is the South African? 22 years old. I mean, he's a pro fighter. I think he's getting stopped. I think that's PJ Muscles. See, this is where, yeah, definitely with opponent on the knockout at those odds, definitely take it. That's my prop of the week, guys. I mean, I've laid out a path to victory stylistically, logically. It's not just the odds. I definitely think that all in all, everything I just said, I think Melvin Jerusalem's going to show out. I disagree as well. They said Wilkins, Matt. That you know who they is, PJ. I'm gonna show you who they is. Y'all cats are acting what? Y'all boys been acting wild in the Discord though, boy. Y'all cats have been acting real suspicious up in the Discord. I'm kidding. Here's who said that. See these right. So D's is taking Doovie the Kid. Okay, so one of your boys, Doovie, he posts. This is who you're riding on, PJ. Whenever you have one of the boys say this, 1661 odds on that probably doesn't hit. I mean, are we putting parlays together now for them not to hit? Are we trying to create a parlay that has the craziest odds for it not to hit? Or are we trying to win? Do you want to win or do you want something? So, I'm not going to shade um, his opponent. His opponent's a real veteran, man, and I commented on it. Here we go. I meant what I say. Do your homework. Finn is a tough, grizzled, experienced veteran. But, I like Wilkins Matthau. I like Wilkins Matthau's lead hook. I like his youth, his energy. I think he's 20, 21 years old. There's a lot of things he does really well. The thing about Finn, if you are going to side with Finn, I think he's a 4-1 dog. He did, I like Bazignan. Bazignan's a guy that wasn't it the fight with was it Munguia? I think it was the Bazignan Munguia fight. Bazignan, he's a smooth. He knows what he's doing in the ring. Finn fought to a draw with him. Um, Read what I said there. I like the 21-year-old's feet. I think his feet are better. I don't think that's shocking. His lead hook is one of my favorite weapons from him. His feints, his setups. He does a lot of things really well. It is going to be a step up for Matthew. So, of the fights so far in the first 13 minutes we spoke about, maybe if you guys are thinking Finn, you're going to sprinkle on him. That's why I said not a bad shot. I don't see it. I don't think Shaquille Finn's going to beat him. But I'm not nobody's 100% right. Now this is one that I do like. I'm like 90% sure I'm going to take Lyndon Arthur. I am. Lyndon Arthur showed me something um in his last fight. We broke him down on the channel. You know what I mean? Like if he the thing about Lyndon Arthur is the thing that you're going to get with him is a guy that is going to be prepared, a guy that's going to be in your face the entire time. His fight against Anthony Yard, I'm bringing up the scorecards because we broke that fight down. He just faded. He started off on fire. And then, somewhere around the mid rounds, I don't know how much of that was, you know, Anthony Yard being a slow starter or not really being inspired or Lyndon Arthur fading. But Bradley Ray, we saw Bradley Ray recently. We covered him on the channel as well in his fight against Shakon Pitters. That was a close ass fight. Dude, did you guys watch the Shakon Pitters Bradley Ray fight? Shakon Pitters showed me something. I tipped Bradley Ray, and I'm watching that fight. And Bradley Ray won a close decision. I'm gonna bring up the scorecard, and I was sweating. I was like, this could go either way here. Shakon Pitters was way more classier than I thought he would be. trying to find the scorecards. Yeah, BoxRec's tripping right now, so I have to use Tapology. He won a unanimous decision. I'm not finding where the scorecards are, but I remember thinking it was close. I remember sweating it. I remember sweating that outcome, and I was like, God damn it. And then we ended up getting it. I think Lyndon Arthur is, when you look at like what Lyndon Arthur's done so far in his career versus Bradley Ray, I know people were betting on the younger guy, and Lyndon's not, what is he now in his mid 30s? '34. Yeah, so it's not like he's 25, 26 years old. He's been in some, long fights, but look who he's fought. Dude, the guy shared the ring with Dimitri Bivol. He's been in there with Yard. Yard is the same guy who's fighting Benavidez. Guys, put it this way. If Lyndon Arthur doesn't fade after the fourth or fifth round against Anthony Yard, in terms of like where each one is at, he fades, loses the decision. Lyndon Arthur is now fighting Bradley Ray, and Anthony Yard is fighting David Benavidez. So he's right there. He's right. You got to ask yourself, is Bradley Ray right there? I don't know. I think, you know what? I told you guys in my first live stream I was real close with jumping on Arthur. I brought it up earlier. The more I sit with it, I haven't really pondered it because we got the Philippines tomorrow and then we got Canada on Friday. But the more I sit with it, man. Let's go. Let's go. I think I'm jumping on this. I think I'm jumping on this one. Bradley Ray was in a close fight against a 37-year-old fight, possibly lost it. Ray is on upset alert. Yeah, Shakan Pitters. Pitters was 30. I think Shakan was 35, if that's the one you're talking about. PJ says no, thank you. He's going to fade. They say I don't think Ray's levels. Who's they? Who says Ray is levels above Lyndon Arthur? Have you taped him? I mean, it's Lyndon. Watch Lyndon Arthur versus Bivol. Arthur hadn't been trained probably before the last Yard fight. He said he was retired before he got the opportunity. He looked good. I mean, he looked good in the second fight. It's that first fight he got. Did he get stopped early in the first fight and then there was a rematch, something like that? I thought he could have won the fight when he was tired. He was landing better shots off the ropes. That's what happened, Kiza. He spent too much time with his back against the ropes, and he was sort of like adhering to the facts of letting Yard control the optics, and then him try to score points by countering off of the ropes. Ray used to fight at middleweight against Tyler Denny. Rambler, is that good or bad for him? Ray coming up from okay, so this is a very contentious fight. Put a 1 in the chat right now if you think Ray's gonna win. Put a 2 if you think Arthur's gonna win. Okay. Y'all cats are wild, man. Y'all cats. Mateo, what's up, nephew? Got dropped twice in a row, once to Suarez and then Bivol. Then a split decision to Liam Cameron, and then he lost to Yard again. Not a good run. Not a good run. I mean, did you watch? So you're kind of convoluting what's happened by what the results say, but you could dissect each one of these and you could find good points though in these. Got dropped twice in a row, once to Suarez and then Bivol. So you remove the Suarez fight only for the sake of he fought Brian in what year was that? 2023. So since the Brian fight, in which he won He fights Bivol, Cameron, Yard, right? Yard was a rematch. They fought 3 times. He won a split decision against Yard once, then he got stopped in the 4th, and then he lost another one against Yard. But after the Brian Suarez fight, in which he won by stoppage, he fought Dimitri Bivol. He took Bivol the distance, okay? So you could say, I could easily combat that statement. We've already negated he got dropped twice in a row once to Suarez because he knocked Suarez out. That's out of here. And then he gets dropped to Bivol. Bivol couldn't finish him. Bivol's undisputed, light heavy, if not one of the greatest, fighters on earth. So he got 12 rounds with Bivol, and Bivol couldn't get him out of there. So there's your 2 points out of there as well. Then a split decision to Liam Cameron. He won that fight. A split decision to Liam Cameron. He beat him. That's out of there. And then he lost to Yard again. So let's really just focus on this Yard fight. Because if you break that fight down, the first 5 rounds, I had Arthur up 4-1. I think it is a good run. I totally disagree with you, only GK. Totally disagree with you here. That's what it's going to come down to. Look, I'm standing on business right now. Here it is, my proclamation. This is my Friedrich Nietzsche moment, my God is dead moment. I would much rather lose an underdog bet with logical reasoning behind it, like we've already heard, in taking Lyndon Arthur at 270 than I would rather win than taking Bradley Ray. Bradley Ray at 153. I don't know, man. I like Lyndon here. I think that's what time it's gonna be. I'm taking Lyndon, Julius. Let's go, Julius. Let's go, Julius. I like it. I just sold my. What has Bradley Ray done? You guys are tripping. We just spoke about Lyndon's resume. I can't wait to break this tape down now. I'm coming with some vitriol. (21-1), Bradley Ray. 27 years old. Who's his best win? Who's his best win? Okay, more importantly, who's the best guy he's been in there with? Like, who's the best guy he's been in there with? Who's his best opponent? Who is he share? Because if you look at it, Chacon Pitters, Adam Heppel, Ryan Lapern, Andre Berdura. He lost to Tyler Denny. Come on, man. Tyler Denny has some good names. Wilson Bent. He gets stopped by Shiraz early. Really haven't seen him since he was on that Whitaker Cameron 2 card. So you're saying then the people who are backing Bradley Ray to beat Lyndon Arthur, it's because of what? It's because he beat Chacon Pitters? Is that why? Is that why you guys are taking Bradley Ray? Because he beat Chacon Pitters? What are we talking about here? Arthur won split decision in the first fight against Yard, knocked out in the second fight. Yeah. Okay, exactly. And then since then, since the first one, and then he got stopped, and then he lost the third one in which he was winning the first half of the fight. He knocked out your boy Brian Suarez, knocked him out, starched him, body shot, body rip. And then he went the distance with Dimitri Bivol, one of the best in the world, right? And if he wins one more round of those last 5, he might be the one fighting David Benavidez, but Yard is fighting Benavidez. What has Bradley Ray done to give you confidence, or are you basing your pick off of? See, this is an interesting point, guys. So, are we basing our money pick off of what, rather than what your chosen winning fighter has done, or you're basing your money on what his opponent hasn't done? Because that's an important question to ask yourself. So, are you banking on the fact of what Lyndon Arthur hasn't done against his opponents, more so, moreover, than what Bradley Ray has done? Because that has to be your reasoning, because Bradley Ray hasn't beaten anybody. What's he really done? I think the odds makers have this wrong. I got to be honest with you. I'm gonna take the over or the distance with Ray. You think it goes the distance? Yeah, dude. Lyndon Arthur, I think he's on his grown man. I think his body punches are. I think Lyndon Arthur's pressure and body punches are gonna be, and he's gonna start off strong. He's gonna start off strong. He's gonna be still good, starting off strong, still good. Let's see something real quick. Who would more likely have this up on their page? Maybe Lyndon. What's up? So with Lyndon Arthur, he likes it a little bit dirty. He likes it up close. If he comes in prepared, he beats Ray. Got that body rip. Got that body rip. Watch this joint. Look, tap tap. It was sneaky too. You don't see it. That delayed reaction, boy. That liver got under that. You see it? Snuck under that right elbow. Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. I like it. Arthur was losing to Suarez before the stoppage. Guess who else was losing before the stoppage? Guess who else was losing before the stoppage? Your boy. Your boy Fabio Wardley was losing. Fabio Wardley was losing before the stoppage. Too many fighters go from 60 to 75. Can't be a big 75. Most guys at 75 are weight training down from 200. Lyndon Arthur's a big boy. This is a good point. Uh, you know, we know the exception to the rule. Most guys don't go from 47 to 68. You know, so we have seen we have seen that exception to the rule. Bradley Ray's 21-1, right? We just looked at it. 21-1. He's 21-1. Denny the beta. He. Yo, cats are wild, man. These cats out here is great. Y'all put all your faith in Arthur is insane. Y'all put all your faith in Bradley Ray is insane. You got, I mean, who is Bradley Ray beat? History Vault. Come on right now. Somebody come on right now and educate me. Guys, go to the Discord, get the link. I need to be educated. Who is Bradley Ray beat? Who is Bradley Ray fought? What do you see in Bradley Ray? I mean, the experience, like, just the experience alone of going the distance with this man. Like, this man built a career to put himself in the position to fight Bivol. Took him the distance, couldn't get him out of there. Lyndon Arthur's a big boy too. Athletic, mean, disruptive, body shots. I don't know, man. Shakon Pitters almost beat your boy Bradley Ray, boy. That's what I'm saying. Shakon Pitters almost got Bradley Ray out of there, boy. Yeah, Pitters is aight. Pitters is I. Arthur is tough and Ray ain't a puncher. My official is the over because those UK judges are beyond them joint. But you know what's gonna happen, Julius? You're gonna take that little over, and someone's gonna get stopped. If Arthur fights up to his potential, he should win, but I'm not going to bank on it. Yeah, but agree that there's a lot of ifs, History Vault. I'm not going to transfer a bunch of money into my account and bet the house on it. But we ask the same questions every week. Where are there any upsets? Who's on upset alert? Okay, let's be fair. Let me be fair to Bradley and let me, return back to my non-opinionated perspective. To be fair, if this is one of the fights that if you had to pick, the favorite is on upset alert. Could we just stop there then? It's not like Bradley Ray's a lock. It's not like, Muscles is going to bet 20,000 to win 10,000 on this fight. That's another question. On some real levels, do we think what is the consensus? We're not thinking all of Muscle's tickets were fake, are we? He did have real ones, didn't he? I like to think they weren't all fake. Anyway, I digress. The way I see it is Pitter is more like English level, but Arthur more like British level. Just better and can win on his jab. The onus is on Ray to make the adjustment, but he's much smaller. I mean, how could you call Arthur British level when he's fought at the world level? You know what I mean? He's fought at the world level multiple times. Childish Gambino, what's up, Playboy? Dude, I've been doing 2 lives. About time you caught one. Appreciate you. Hopefully you're doing okay. Arthur been making 175 for over a decade. The weight cut at 30. Yeah. But, at the end of the day, it's not like we haven't seen him in 25. He's coming off it was like a tale of 2 fights, man. Here's what I'm banking on. He has to be pissed at himself on letting his last fight slip between his fingers, man. He was up on the cards, and look what happened to him. You know what I mean? He could easily be, would they have given him the Benavidez fight like they gave Anthony Yard the Benavidez fight? I don't know. On the cards, man, he was doing what he wanted to do. It almost looked like he was in full control. It seems like Arthur's style is the problem. Back foot coming off the jab with low output is exactly how Shakan fought. Ray's high volume front foot with his punches be bigger attracted to judges. Fair point. All I'm saying is, it might be worth a sprinkle for the dogs to be barking, y'all. I hope Jerusalem wins so he can face my boy Oscar Kayato. He already got knocked out. You mean in a rematch? Melvin Jerusalem, the only time he's ever gotten stopped was against Oscar Kayato in a fight that was even. Going into the 7th round, he got hurt, and then he couldn't continue. He's going to stop his opponent, though, by the way. Bet the house on that one. Name one top-notch fighter aside from Canelo making the jump from... No, it's a big-ass jump. No. These are facts. It's not a normal... You don't see it. It's not a normal jump. Especially, I mean, you'd have to go back. I mean, I think the boys were doing it in I call it the golden era of the middleweight division. But I'm talking about the 70s when we're talking about Carlos Monzon, Emil Griffith, Benny Briscoe, Tony Mundine. These guys would go from 60 to 68 to 74. But I don't know. I mean, a few have done it, climbed all the way up. I mean, our boy, in the 90s, as of recent, no, top notch. James Toney, but he started at 60. He started, so he went up from 60 to heavyweight. So it isn't a normal thing, though. You're right. Carlos says he's going to beat Arthur by points. All right, Carlos. Take that bet then, playa. History Vault. Worley got it done though, hitting those gloves. Got the refs all nervous. Dude, that last sequence, uppercut doesn't land. The only punch of that 6-3-2 combo that landed was the hook. The hook did land. It did. I slowed that down for you. The hook landed, wrapped around the guard, but the uppercut missed. Even the hook, though, when the hook landed, it was all arm. By that stage, he's arm punching. And then the straight right, Parker slipped that too. Okay. Mate, this is a tough one, man. You know that I'm an Ohio guy, and you know that Tiger's my boy. Nick Flaz is tough, man. Right now, Nick Flaz is almost a 3-1 dog. It's not my official prediction. This is going to be a fun fight to break down. I'm a big fan of both guys. Nick Flaz, like I said, Nick Flaz is the oldest 29-year-old in boxing. Just yesterday on the live stream, one of the other boys, Nick Flaz seems like he's 36 years old. I think he's 29, about to be 30, only a couple years older than Tiger. Tiger seems like he's 21 compared in this matchup. Nick's been around a while, Puerto Rican fighter, fun fighter. Tiger, second or third fight at 147. His first fight, looked good, got a stoppage. His last fight won on points. We'll see. The money coming in says Tiger should win, but I wouldn't sleep on the Puerto Rican at all. What's up, Ken? Oh, my boy Usyk. Thanks for the super chat, Usyk. Let's not forget that Lyndon Arthur. Yes, see? Okay. We see eye to eye. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. There's things, when we dissect the game of Bradley Ray and the game of Lyndon Arthur, and you have your bag that you're pulling out of pros and cons, pros and cons, pros and cons, just because in one bag you might be pulling out more cons than the other doesn't mean that guy with more cons is going to lose. You see what I'm saying? Like, he didn't beat Bivol, but dude, he was in the fight. He lost a lot of rounds. He didn't get stopped. He's a real pro, guys. I wouldn't put Lyndon Arthur at the British level like one of our boys just said. I would put Lyndon. You fight Dimitri Bivol, you're at the world level. You are at the world level. Bradley Ray going life and death with Shakam Pitters. That's what I would call British level. Appreciate the super chat, big fella. Your image too is off the meat rack. Your profile pic is off the meat rack. Whoever's in your profile pic got a big ass head though, man. I appreciate you. Johnny, did you go over your thoughts on Kuse? Yeah, Kuse, I did, man. I did. Do you want me to revisit that for you? I'll give you my summary real quick. My breakdown, analysis, and prediction is up. It's on the channel. It's under my fight prediction playlist. Stats don't lie. And you could watch it, right? I'm just going to pin it so you guys know what I'm talking about here. Okay. Here. So if you want to see the full breakdown, if you want to see my full breakdown, watch it. It's pinned on my channel. Jerusalem versus Kuse. Look, Kuse is a 22-year-old southpaw from South Africa. He has a couple losses. He has a draw, never been stopped. His nickname, the fans in South Africa call him One Way, referencing his style. Southpaw, front foot spider, boom, 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 trying to throw that backhand. And this is his biggest step up. He's fighting a guy in Melvin Jerusalem. He's 31 years old. Jerusalem's a world champion. Jerusalem fought Oscar Caiazzo to a really, really good fight until he wasn't able to continue in the 7th. It's the only time Jerusalem got stopped. Jerusalem is a very tricky, classy, I'm trying to think of the proper adjectives, orthodox fighter. He uses the ring. He has good feet, good snap. I really like his backhand. I think you mix Kuse's pressure forward style, this is his opportunity with Jerusalem's ability to feint and counter and land that backhand. My prop of the week right now is Jerusalem to win by stoppage. So I put that up in the Discord as well. When you do check out that Arthur fight, look at the common opponents. They have Arthur Cameron. For sure. I'm scared of muscles. He's like Candyman say, bro, you Rambler, you want to know something pretty crazy? Is I was with Halloween coming up, people are asking about scary movies. You want me? I'm about to show you the goat of all scary movies, boy. I'm talking when I was a kid, the only monster as a kid that ever scared me and real like was this cat. For real, dude. This dude right here, man, if you ever watched the OG Candyman, hello, Helen. What he would do with his voice, boy? Hello, hello, Evan. Did you call me? When you're 9 years old watching this dude come out the mirror, and then they filmed it in that like post-apocalyptic New York with all the broken down warehouses and the imagery of the film, the energy of the film was like dark and just like dreary and cold and like it reminded me of like if you ever watched like Sugar Hill, the OG Sugar Hill about heroin users, you know, I think Wesley Snipes was in Sugar Hill and or like New Jack City, like how the optic of that film was filmed warehouses, crack dens, trap house, and then all of us that's already scary for a 9-year-old. Then you drop this homie in there and be like, bro, you want to watch a scary movie? Watch Candyman. I digress. Dude, I hated that movie. That movie was legit horrifying. This is funny. Is that your real hair? Did you get Could you imagine if I said, "Nah, homie, I got a little hair transplant up in here." Yeah, dude. So it's 100% my real hair, and I'm 43 now. But when I was a young boy, they used to call me two head because the hairline. When I was like 10, my hairline was like here. So it's gotten a little bit bigger, but yeah, it's my real hair. My dad on his deathbed had a full head of hair. So yeah, good question though, mate. Good question. DJ Green, KO prop is very great value in that fight. Yeah, I'm sold on it. I'm sold on it. What did I miss with Keon? Did you see Tateron's last fight? Yeah, Tateron fought 2 nights ago. Tateron, he fought on the card in Kyrgyzstan. It was day 2 of our boy Mr. Kameda. Mr. Kameda, the Japanese, promotional company. We won money on that card, guys. The first day 1 was, we took Kameda to beat John Casimero, and then day 2 was Louis Neary, and then Tateron was on that card. But yeah, we hit some money on that. Anyone getting that muscles? All right, guys, please, 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 please tell me that whoever made the meme in the Discord, I think it was it Critchy? Critchy, send the birds out to get a hold of Critchy because Critchy made a meme. I want Critchy to make the costume. You know how like those memes of like the costume? I want him to do a muscles costume. Boxing fan, send this question to Critchy to see if he could do it. That would be hilarious. Was I thinking about Yover? Yeah, Yover won by knockout. Is Tateron on this? Tateron was in Thriller. No, Tateron, the Thriller Mill is tomorrow. I thought Tateron fought. Am I tripping? Walk Vaughn, did you talk about Buatsi Parker? I just joined. No, we didn't get to Buatsi Parker yet. I think this has Joshua Buatsi all over it though. Tateron fought 12-0 Baluna. Tateron won, right? I thought we covered this. I don't know if we got options to bet on this one. Yeah, he won a unanimous decision. The scorecards, they didn't post the scorecards though. Why was it controversial? Walk Vaughn or Keon? There's a card for countdown for Thriller. No, are you talking about? He already fought Balianon. He won a decision. Was it a close fight? It says he won a UD bloody fight, but I can't see the scorecards. It said UD. Let's check out who just popped in. Want to know the Walk Vaughn? What's cracking? Let's pull up these odds real quick. And guys, I apologize if I'm not looking too far ahead with the odds. It's just that because we have the fights tomorrow in the Philippines and then the fights on Friday in Canada, that's the way I structure my content is like, I'll do a Stats Don't Lie video for a card, and then we do the live streams connected to the card. It's just this week we have a lot of fights, the midweek fights. So I know who I'm taking for Buatsi Parker, but we haven't talked about it yet, but we can bring it up real quick. We'll talk about the odds. Some of you boys were talking about Mary Spencer is going to beat Michaela Mayer. And then some of you boys were trying to sell me that Ralph Vilkons is going to beat Mehmet Unal. Some of the takes in the Discord are pretty hot takes, to believe it or not. Chris Guerrero versus Herrera. This one. Look, I think Buatsi handles Parker. There's not a lot in Zach Parker that when I'm watching film tape. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I've already taped both guys. I already know who I'm siding with. When I was looking at Zach Parker and watching his film and watching his most recent fights, I don't know if it's because I'm still high on Buatsi. I don't see a lot in Parker that he's going to be able to do to Buatsi. Are you guys seeing the same thing or no? Yeah, DJ, you feel me? Johnny just hit Christian. Boxy fan, you know what I'm talking about? This sort of thing, boxing fan. I'm sure you know. Like if we could get one of these made for muscles with the fake ticket, this is crazy. You guys are wild. Walk Vaughn. We'll go back to that. So yeah, to answer your question, to put an exclamation point on Walk Vaughn's question regarding Buatsi and Parker, I have taped it. My upload's coming. My prediction's coming. And I'm going to put a bow on it right now. There's nothing, I don't see a lot in Parker that he's going to have for Buatsi. So I actually think because the odds are like this, I don't think these odds are going to persuade too many people to take Parker, actually. Do you remember last week when the odds were like this with Joe Parker and Fabio? The money was coming in on Fabio as the dog, rightfully so. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think people are going to see this and either try to get sexy with a method of victory, because if Buatsi's the move, the $1.19, the juice really isn't worth the squeeze to throw that on a parlay. So it's like, all right, we add value. How does Josh win? Does he stop Parker? He stops him at $1.90, or does he win on points $2.95? Is this a 10 rounder? 10 rounds or 12? It's a 10 rounder. See, Zach Parker isn't a throwaway though. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind Buatsi on points here. That's not my official prediction. We're all brainstorming. That's what we're doing right now. This is a fight, guys, that I would asterisk if I were you boys who do film study and you're looking at value for matchup regarding method of victory. This is if you're a Buatsi guy. 10 rounder. Buatsi on points 295. Interesting. It is a banger, Julius, but man, Lipnitz is what, 36 now? Biaslav is a savage, dude. I just went through the rankings. You got Biaslav, who is ranked 7 in the world. He's ranked above Gary Antoine Russell. He's ranked above Alberto Puello. He's ranked above Lindolfo Delgado. People don't know, like, Biaslav isn't a household name, But the dude is a real good boxer. I got him in that fight too. I think he's going to be too much for this version of Sergey Lipnitz. No shade on Sergey. Sergey, good career, good boxer. Yo, are we on the down low putting together our method of victory parlay? I think because if you take, I'm about to screenshot these real quick. I wish I could pin multiple comments because I think we're getting somewhere. So we got DJ Green, Buatsi by points, but then we got JP, which I'm feeling too. Byaslav by stoppage. I think we're slowly putting together our method of victory. Let's do that real quick, actually. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to clear this out. All right, I'm going to do a 3-leg method of victory real quick based off of my initial prediction for tomorrow. So the good news about this is if tomorrow's doesn't hit, we can always act like it didn't happen and roll over into the following week or into Friday and the weekend. So I'm taking Jerusalem by knockout at 315. I'm then going to tail DJ Green. I'm going to take Buatsi on points. And then I'm going to tail JP Farley. And we're going to do a little 3-legger. JP says Byaslav by stoppage. I like that as well. If they're going to let me do it, I like it. Yeah, right now they're not going to let me do it. But I'll go to Bet365. I'll wait a week. I'll wait a couple days, see if that pops. If you just take Melvin and Buatsi, the two, that's 929. 100 on this gets your money back plus 829. I mean, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. So I don't mind that, actually. Guys, there's a lot to talk about. This second live stream freaking flew. I got to run. I got a client downstairs. We're trap bar deadlifting, and I'm actually going to do this session with them. So they're going to be down there in about 20 minutes. I got to go stretch out. I've done 2 lives today. This is only my Tuesday. I'm going live tomorrow. So the rest of the week, 2 live streams, right? I'll be uploading. My next Stats Don't Lie upload is going to be, it's going to be Mathau. I'm going to do, so on the Canadian card, I'm going to do Wilkins Matthew versus Shaquille Finn. I'm going to do Mary Spencer versus Michaela Mayer. And if I could get to it, I'm going to do Birslanov versus Lipnitz. But these Stats Don't Lie videos, guys, I told you, take about 5 hours all in all just for a 10-minute video. So it takes a lot out of my day. And this is a passion project. So I'd love to just do this full time. But, I'm slowly working towards being able to do that. Watch the breakdown I did on Jerusalem versus Kuse. It's on the channel. Make sure you like this video on your way out. If you like the live stream today, just give me a thumbs up. Also, comment. For some reason, whenever these posts to the channel, it'd be cool if you guys could just say, like, hey, Johnny, I like this fight, or hey, Johnny, nice live stream, because the comment section here during the live doesn't show up. And what the analytics told me is that what helps the videos get propped up to new people to see what we're doing here is once it gets uploaded to comment. So if you could do that, I appreciate you. And then let's do it. You guys are beasts.